Good afternoon, everyone. There have been several questions regarding the operation of the Rainbow Wall Runner with the Light-O-Rama S2 sequence editor and its subsequent hardware. Now, let me explain one more time that these units need to be controlled by either a Light-O-Rama or a D-Light DC controller. Either one will work fine. I'm sure there's plenty of other versions out on the market, but those are the two main ones. Either one of those will work fine. Both units can also be controlled by the Light-O-Rama software, as well as many of the other types of software. As long as the hardware and the software work together, these Rainbow Wall Runners will function just fine with either one of those. So what I'm going to show you today is how to create a very simple sequence to actually create the effects with these lights. The first thing we're going to do is obviously open up the Light-O-Rama sequence editor. Okay, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to open a new animation sequence. Okay, when the new window pops up, obviously the DC controllers only come in 16-channel controllers, so I'm going to make this a 16-channel controller. Okay, and again, this is just a demonstration, so all these will be set however you need it, the same way you would always start a new one of your sequences. Okay, I'm going to open up this sequence. Okay, now, it has created a 16-channel sequence in your sequence editor. First thing I'm going to do is, this is an RGB device, so you need 3 channels: a red device, a red channel, a green channel, and a blue channel. Okay, the first channel I'm going to turn to red. Okay, which is right here. And in my case, my unit number is 6 for my DC, one of my DC controllers. Okay, the next one is green. Again, we'll just change the color here. And again, my unit ID is 6. And finally, blue. Okay, changes color blue. And again, change the unit ID. It is also important to make sure that you select the Light-O-Rama controller from your options menu. Okay, it is a Light-O-Rama controller. And say OK. Now we have created the sequence to use these lights very simply, very easily. Now let's say we want the lights to be red. We can turn on channel 1, which is red, and the light. Let's say we want the lights to be green. We can turn on green, and the lights will be green. Let's say we want the lights to be blue. We can turn on blue, and the lights are blue. Okay, now let's say we want them to be white. Okay, combining all 3 colors, red, green, and blue, will make the lights white, just like this. Now, obviously we can do more than those 4 colors, okay? Red, green, and blue are the 3 primary colors, and there's countless amounts of colors you can make from these colors. So, if we want them to be purple, we can turn on red and blue. Let's say maybe we want them to be teal. We can turn on green and blue. Now at the same time, you can also use intensities. So let's say we want them to be white but not nearly as bright. We'll turn on all 3 channels with an intensity of 50%, and now they are white. Now let's also not forget that we can also use the same effects that you would with any other lighting device. If you want them to twinkle in red, we can do that. If you want them to twinkle in teal, we can do that. And at the same time, there are some pretty substantial resistors in these units, so the fading is very, very smooth. So if we want to fade up over 4 seconds, we can do that. Okay, just like that, we have programmed in the sequence editor via the DC controller to control the lights. It is very easy to use, it is very simple to program, and should add a nice touch to your display. So I hope this helped explain a few of your questions.